Despite impressive attributes, a thin portfolio and lackluster marketing meant Husqvarna couldn't scale the same heights as it should have. In 2024, with inputs from buyers and Bajaj's strong grip in the two-wheeler market, Husqvarna intends to get it right this time. A step in that direction is the new Svartpilen 401, replacing the outgoing Svartpilen 250. So, does the Swedish brand get it right this time? Hi, my name is Arun and you're watching Express Drives. This is the new Svartpilen 401. The new Svartpilen 401 retains the same styling ethos but gets some key visual updates over the previous gen Svartpilen 250 that are noticeable only to a keen eye. For instance, it gets a similar shaped fuel tank with integrated shroud extensions which give the bike a sharp appeal, but it now wears the 401 branding. More importantly, underneath it gets a larger 13.5 litre fuel tank. Up front, while the round headlamp seems carried over from the outgoing model, the tiny fly screen mounted on top of it seems a new and purely aesthetic addition. Another significant change is the side-down exhaust muffler, making way for an underbelly unit in the new Svartpilen. Wondering how it sounds? Here's a look. The tail section now extends longer and carries a single-piece pillion grab rail. A more traditional rear fender attached to the tail has replaced the tire hugger offered in the older quarter-liter Svartpilen. Also, amplifying the Scrambler appeal are the new wire-spoked wheels that are more resilient on bad roads. Overall, Husqvarna claims that the new Svartpilen is 20% larger than its predecessor, and it is clearly visible with its enhanced proportions, thus lending the bike a slightly bigger footprint. Coming to features, the most prominent highlight is the new rectangular TFT display borrowed from the new gen KTM Duke 390. This instrument console packs in a lot of features and is also fairly legible under direct sunlight, but it misses out on a few key amenities like multiple ride modes and Bluetooth connectivities as seen in the orange-clad models from Austria. Overall, the display reads out several key information such as speedometer, odometer, tachometer, distance to empty, gear position indicator, etc. The switch gear on the left-hand side of the handlebar lets one toggle settings on display like switchable traction control, ABS modes, etc. There is also an optional quick shifter on offer which we would have liked as a standard fitment. The ride and handling of the new Svartpilen 401 is easily the best thing about this motorcycle. The damping is just spot on, slightly on the softer side, yet stiff enough to handle the bends with ease. Moreover, the suspension setup is now fully adjustable at the front as well as the rear, allowing each rider to find his or her sweet spot. Even the stock setting is perfectly balanced, offering ample comfort over undulated sections and yet able to inspire confidence across the twisties. We managed to take the bike in a small off-roading patch for some time, and while it is surprisingly capable thanks to the revised suspension setup with increased travel and higher ground clearance, it is best suited for tarmacs and some mild soft roading. Although with the lowered handlebar, standing up while riding has now become slightly tricky. Also, profiling of the side panels doesn't allow you to hug the motorcycle tightly enough to inspire confidence on extreme terrains. Speaking of terrains, the knobby tires from Pirelli do a fine job, providing solid grip both on and off the roads. Kudos to Husqvarna for installing these dual-purpose Pirellis, a rarity in this segment. With a curb weight of 175 kilos, the new Svartpilen 401 doesn't feel cumbersome to handle at any point. Even though the wheelbase on paper has gone down marginally, Husqvarna claims the new Svartpilen to be more stable on a straight line. Now, as we all know, this Svartpilen 401 shares the same underpinnings as the new gen KTM Duke 390. It gets the same steel trellis frame and the same suspension setup. However, it gets a new bolt-on tubular subframe at the rear. Now, these fundamental changes have led to some significant updates. For instance, it rides higher at a ground clearance of 177 mm over the 149 mm available previously. On the flip side though, the seat height has reduced from 840 to 820 mm, which is significant. How does it translate in the real world? Let me show you. So at my frame of around 5'9", I'm very comfortable, not flat foot, but definitely comfortable, much more than I was in the previous generation. As far as my opinions are concerned, this motor not only loves to be revved out, but wants to be revved out. And the reason why I say this is because in the lower end, there is nothing much to offer from this motor. In fact, if the RPM needle shoots below 2000 RPM mark, the engine starts knocking very viciously. So you always have to keep the RPM needle around above 2500 RPM. That said, once you climb the rev range, the experience gets a lot more smoother, a lot more richer. And once you hit the 5500 RPM mark, you see the motorcycle in its true colors, and that is where the motorcycle is completely enjoyed, and that is where the motorcycle actually shines. Another impressive aspect about the new Svartpilen is its stopping power, and the brakes on this bike are quite sharp. ABS is not too intrusive but knows when to act. Also, the Supermoto ABS, which is switchable rear ABS, works fine on loose surfaces. From a bigger engine and a new chassis and new features, Husqvarna has made plenty of changes to the new Svartpilen, and it definitely looks a lot more attractive proposition right now. While the price tag of 2.92 lakh ex-showroom looks steep, when you compare it with its Austrian cousin, the deal looks a lot more sweeter. Now, the biggest concern for Huskies have been their availability. Husqvarna models are available for sale in KTM showrooms across the country. This should ease the anxiety of prospective buyers. With that out of the way, anyone who is looking for a fast, fun-to-ride motorcycle with compact dimensions, mostly for city usage but also for the occasional weekend adventures, I urge you to consider this and take a test ride and decide for yourself. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please do share it with friends and like-minded enthusiasts and give us a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the Express Drive channel for more automotive content like this. See you next time.